The reasons we really were drawn to NetSuite were the scalability, the data quality, automation, and flexibility it provided.
We did some research on what are some of the best systems out there. Everyone that we spoke to said NetSuite, 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 NetSuite.
Pretty much every area of our business runs on NetSuite today.
We're truly unleashing the suite. We leverage NetSuite CRM, ERP, financials, CPQ.
We added the fixed assets module, the advanced revenue management module, the NetSuite One World module, suite billing, suite approvals.
We use it across every single channel that we're in, and we use it in a way that is our single source of truth.
Everybody in our company is now looking at the same information at the same time. We're making better decisions and we're making them faster.
And the fact that NetSuite is based on a lot of the Oracle underpinnings, so be that AI, be that data analysis, be that speed of the cloud access. If we didn't have that technology, we wouldn't be market leading.
We see NetSuite providing us innovative tools and services that allow us to optimize our business, see our business in a different way, and really harness the power of AI within the suite. So the power of the suite just being amplified.
Please welcome to the stage Oracle NetSuite's founder and Executive Vice President, Evan Goldberg.
Well, thanks everyone for braving the weather. My roots are in the East Coast, so this kind of weather makes me nostalgic. You don't get it much out in California, but really appreciate you all being here. Thanks for joining us for our third annual SuiteConnect New York. It's great to be back. Looking forward to hearing everything you guys have accomplished over the last year and talking a little bit about some of the tools we're going to give you to seize your opportunities in the year ahead. I've spent so much time in New York lately. All my kids live here that I can identify everything on that slide. There's the Chrysler Building, 432 Park, Empire State, World Trade Center. There's my favorite pizza place on 9th Avenue. There's where I was run over by the delivery bike, and so it's fantastic. Zooming out, this is our second stop on our global SuiteConnect tour. It's our first US city, so you're getting me when I'm fresh and relatively coherent. But we're going to be going all over the place, as you can see. But the goal everywhere of SuiteConnect is to connect with you. Hear about your wins and your strategies to overcome limitations. And I'm really excited that you're going to get to meet so many great members of our incredible NetSuite community so that we can work together to power your success. Want to thank our sponsors, our gold sponsors, Avalara, Soligo, Fortis, and our diamond sponsor, VersaPay. Be sure to visit them in the lounge and see how you might benefit from this amazing NetSuite ecosystem. Plus, for those of you that didn't get your socks, they have socks there. So don't stampede out yet, but you could get socks. The lounge is open all day, actually, and there's tons to explore there. There's a demo ground where you can see live demos from product experts, including the stuff that I'm going to show you today. Current customers can get an Inspection, which is a customized report highlighting system performance, utilization, user engagement, and you can get personalized recommendations. You'll also find the Suite Gurus there. These are technology experts that are ready to answer any and all questions about the product. And please be sure to chat with an education advisor. They'll give you a one-on-one session about our learning tools and how you might be able to use them to reach your goals. There's lots going on today. Let me give you a roadmap of the day. After this, we have breakout sessions and hands-on workshops. You can dive deeper in all kinds of topics like AI and NetSuite planning and budgeting, strategies to boost profitability, report building tips and tricks. We have lunch in the lounge, and at the end of the day, we have a great reception there where you can meet other leaders from NetSuite and from the New York area. Today, we're really going to be talking about unlocking value. And if you're a business leader in 2025, you know that you're feeling pressure from everyone to get the most out of your technology, and you're not alone in that. In a recent survey, 88% of executives said that getting measurable value from new technology is a challenge. And when facing that challenge, we really believe there's two essential truths to keep in mind. The first is that successful businesses don't work in silos. And sort of a corollary of that is that finance is critical for every aspect of your business. These principles are why we built NetSuite as an operating system for your entire business, not just a system for accounting or operations or HR or any single functional area. We've consistently expanded the functionality over the years to connect every area of your business and maximize your progress towards your goals. It's truly one system, no limits. So NetSuite helps you across everything from accounting, FP&A, supply chain, project management, manufacturing, payroll, analytics, and beyond. This is what we've been doing for over 25 years, and we've been focused on helping unlock even more value by continually adding features and functionality. All are about helping you understand and direct your business more effectively, making sure that the value of NetSuite extends from finance to operations to the rest of the organization. Now AI accelerates our ability to deliver that promise to you. It helps increase your insight, your control, your agility, the ability to collaborate among your teams, and of course, your productivity. So to hear more about how AI is turbocharging NetSuite and therefore your business, let's kick off with a visit from our AI leader, Brian Chess.
Good morning, New York. Thank you, Evan. You know, I'm not nearly on the New York schedule you are. I'm not ready to name the skyline. I think it's been almost a year since I've been here last, and that's like 4 or 5 dog years. It's about a century in AI years. I mean, things are changing at a breakneck pace. We've lived through a lot of technology transformations already in our lives, but this one is different. There's good news. If you're partnered with NetSuite, you've got the right foundation for adapting to change and for taking advantage of AI in particular. Okay, here's something that hasn't changed. We've been talking about embedding AI in the suite for many years, and we've continually talked about it providing benefit in 2 ways. First, by providing advice. It's about getting deep into the numbers, seeing patterns that you're just not going to see any other way, or you wouldn't take the time to find. But giving that insight isn't enough. You also need an advisor to provide supporting data, recommend potential actions, make it happen. Secondly, by providing assistance. And that's about getting work done faster and more accurately. AI can translate high-level instructions into real action using the power of the suite. Another thing that hasn't changed. We view AI as an intrinsic part of the suite. That means we're building it into the foundation. There is no suite without AI. It also means we don't charge extra for AI, even as we build it into more and more workflows. AI is going to enhance insight, control, agility, collaboration, productivity. It's going to bring tremendous value, and with it, there won't be a suite, and that's why it cannot be an add-on. It has to be built in, not bolted on. Now, here's something that has changed. We're all talking about agents now. And it's a natural progression of being able to take advantage of what AI can offer as it becomes more and more capable. But as a new concept, we're still collectively working on our understanding of what does it mean to be an agent. So there are 4 aspects of agents that I want to highlight. First, and I think ChatGPT really got us all going on this one, we expect now that an agent speaks your language. You can interact with it using a natural, conversational, human language. Second is context. They understand the context of your business, your workflows, your data, even as those things continue to evolve. Third, proactivity. That an agent can take action without prompting, but not without your permission. Lastly, reasoning. They're able to create plans, explore options, and make judgment calls. Now, not every agent does all of these things in equal measure, but we do think we're seeing these characteristics shine through more and more. Now, here's an example of an agent that we announced at Suite World. It's NetSuite Financial Exception Management. It's a good example because it's both proactive and contextually aware. You don't have to ask it, do you see any problems today? it proactively alerts you about outliers in your transactions. You don't have to set it up or tell it what to look for. It has the context, and it can figure out what deserves your attention. So on the screen here, you can see a vendor bill for office supplies that was posted to the miscellaneous expense account. The agent has flagged it because bills from this vendor are usually posted to the office expense account. The agent makes it easy to review the transaction, compare it to things that are similar to it, based on what you conclude, either fix it or give the agent feedback that that's not an exception. Here's another example, NetSuite Expert. I'm excited to announce that this is rolling out right now to the Suite Answers Knowledge Center. Check it out. The NetSuite Expert has access to all of the documentation in Suite Answers and everything in the NetSuite Help Center. And that means it has an always up-to-date contextual understanding of how NetSuite works. And that means instead of having to learn the right keywords so that you can create the right search, you can ask questions in your terms. Let's take a look.
Let's see how NetSuite Expert levels up the search experience in the Suite Answers knowledge base. Let's say I'm an accountant who needs to know more about reversing a journal entry. I type my question into the search field in conversational language. How can I reverse a journal entry? I hit enter and get an AI-generated answer in natural language. I can click Show More to see the full AI-generated answer right above the classic search results. The answer is compiled based on knowledge articles in the NetSuite knowledge base. This helps me get the answer I'm looking for faster and boosts my productivity. If I'm interested in learning more, I can use these citations to open the original source articles. All the sources are listed right below the AI-generated answer. I can also give NetSuite Expert feedback with a thumbs up or thumbs down. My feedback will be used to improve the quality and accuracy of NetSuite Expert's answers.
I think you can see how NetSuite Expert is going to help your users get more out of the suite. But I bet you can also see where we're going. So right now, what we're doing is letting NetSuite Expert guide you. But in the future, it's going to assist you in carrying out the task. Okay, that's not the only place in NetSuite where you can converse with AI. NetSuite Suite Analytics is one of the most widely used tools in the suite. It's getting an agent called Suite Analytics Assistant. I want to show you a demo, and keep an eye out for the use of language, but also the way the agent understands and even modifies the context in the user interface. It's one of the features I'm most excited about because it shows how the user, the AI, and the underlying software are collaborating to solve problems. Let's take a look.
Suite Analytics Assistant is an interface that allows me to search for and edit charts effortlessly. Instead of scrolling through workbook options, I can now ask questions in a way that feels natural, just like I'd ask a colleague in conversational language. Here, I want to understand the sources of my revenue. I asked, "Show me revenue," and hit enter, and the assistant showed me these relevant workbooks. I'll go to the Suite Success Billing and Revenue Summary workbook. In the workbook, I'll ask Suite Analytics to slice and dice and present me data in different ways to get the insights I'm looking for. I can even ask a somewhat complex query. I'll ask the AI to show me the total amount by customer per year. The assistant recognizes that this requires a new chart, then creates a chart and shows me exactly what I want to see. Now, I'll ask the assistant to filter for specific years. And again, the assistant updates the chart with a filter showing the years that I asked for. I can continue to do analysis, or I might ask to add this chart to my dashboard. This will tell the assistant to create a portlet, which makes the chart available in the dashboard on my homepage. With no additional effort from me, the dashboard portlet has now been created. Let's go take a look. Here on my homepage, I see that the assistant has added the chart as I requested.
As a business software provider, one of the enormous advantages we have is that we're part of Oracle. We have access to the technology, the partnerships, and the infrastructure capabilities of one of the world's largest software companies. Oracle has established itself as one of the world leaders in AI infrastructure. For example, Oracle has a strong partnership with NVIDIA. And what that means to me is that I get to spend my time putting AI to work rather than worrying about where I'm going to get more GPUs. Now, Oracle makes it easy for me to tap foundation models from Cohere, from Meta, as well as all the other leading names, meaning we can stay on the cutting edge as models continue to improve. It's a big advantage for NetSuite customers, our ability to access Oracle's industry-leading technology. As a customer, you benefit from all of the underlying innovations that are driving AI forward. I've just shown you some very visible places where we're surfacing AI in the suite, but it's showing up at more than just the application level. All of NetSuite's customers are now running on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, OCI. So now we're announcing the next step, adopting the Oracle Autonomous Database. The Autonomous Database is really cool stuff. It uses AI to tune itself, to secure itself, to take care of backups and updates, all without humans having to step in. For you, that means better application performance, seamless updates, and better than ever defense against cyber attacks. For us, it means accelerated product development and better building blocks for embedding AI throughout the suite. Now, I've been talking about lots of AI work we've been doing, but we know our customers and partners have even more ideas for how to apply AI. The Suite Cloud platform now makes it incredibly easy to build your own AI-powered applications. In our last release, we introduced the GenAI API for SuiteScript. And that means platform developers now can access the foundation models provided by the OCI GenAI service. Developers can use these models to build customizations and suite apps. They can create reports, they can summarize data, they can manipulate text. Probably they can do a whole lot of stuff I haven't even thought of yet. In action, that might look like automated documentation, predictive analytics, anomaly detection, chatbots, you name it. Let's look at an example of how an e-commerce retailer might put this to work.
I surveyed customers at my retail business and found that they'd like to see more detailed product reviews. So, my developers used the GenAI API in SuiteScript to build an application that does just that. Let's take a look at the result. Instead of reading all the reviews on this product, my customers can see a summary, plus a general sentiment score. In this case, the product doesn't have a great review, so my customer will move to another product with a better sentiment. Now, let's move to the back office of our web store. We built a sentiment analysis capability that generates a product report with sentiment summaries and scores. It gives us a quick view into what customers are saying about our products. We also built a chat component to search for specific keywords. My team built this using the new GenAI API in SuiteScript. With just a few lines of code, my developers embedded GenAI into this application on their own. What will your team build?
The benefits we get from Oracle go beyond the database, beyond the platform, and into the many applications you use every day. There is so much more coming. Okay, with that, I'll turn the reins back over to Evan. Please join me in welcoming back to the stage. Thank you.
Yeah, so Brian gets all the cool demos, but what he doesn't know is that next year he's going to be replaced by robotic Brian. Thanks so much, Brian. Our job is to constantly deliver innovation so you can get more from the suite in every area of your organization. Brian talked about our partnership with Oracle sort of on the back end. We have a lot of really cool stuff that we're doing with Oracle on the front end to deliver powerful enterprise-grade solutions. Once available only to the largest organizations, now available to your business at a scale and a price that works for you, so users throughout your business can benefit. These solutions are being enhanced with more and more AI, like everything we're doing in AI, at no additional cost. Let's walk through some recent highlights. So Enterprise Performance Management, or EPM, is a family of products to enhance planning, simplify account reconciliation and financial close, and power advanced reporting using data from every department across your business. You're going to hear me talk a lot about every department. That's what we're all about. And now EPM is built on a foundation of Oracle Fusion EPM, which is a solution that was named a leader in the 2024 Gartner Magic Quadrant for financial planning software. NetSuite EPM makes it possible to run truly connected planning, consolidating data across your business from finance, ops, sales, and HR, using these Oracle AI tools to run advanced forecasting and scenario modeling. Teams also use EPM for a more connected close, automating your account reconciliation and bringing a task-oriented framework to your close. And finally, teams use the reporting and analytics capabilities of EPM to collaborate on reporting across teams, pulling in data from throughout the company for unparalleled visibility. Now, this Oracle partnership is powering new AI functionality. For example, there's Gen AI in narrative reporting. It allows explaining the story behind the numbers. Gen AI is also powering intelligent performance management capabilities that summarize the key drivers behind your forecasts. And finally, predictive forecast explanations help understand how AI models in planning and budgeting arrive at their predictions. We'll be talking a little bit more with a customer about how they're using EPM later today. NetSuite Analytics Warehouse is another example of an Oracle innovation delivered to NetSuite customers at the scale and level of functionality that serves you best. NSAW brings together data from across the suite and beyond, including historical data or data from other applications, for example, Google Analytics or Shopify. Every department can harness NSAW to reveal insights to inform their strategy. And again, key technologies from Oracle fuel this power. Oracle ADW, or Autonomous Data Warehouse, is a self-managing database that efficiently stores and processes data. And Oracle Analytics Cloud, OAC, delivers rich visualizations and advanced analytics. Now we're serving up amazing AI features throughout NSAW. Some of the recent enhancements include new out-of-the-box AI models, and the system guides you to choose the model that's correct for the type of question you're asking. Oracle Analytics AI Assistant, very similar to the Suite Analytics Assistant that Brian just showed. It's another agent to help you design charts with the power of Gen AI. And then the Explain feature, similar to EPM, automatically highlights the key drivers and anomalies within your data sets. And again, we're going to be hearing how a customer has put NSAW to work in their business shortly. Now, as we move through the suite, the user experience is getting a boost from our collaboration with wider Oracle. We're incorporating the new Redwood design system. It's a fresh look and feel, and it's making NetSuite easier and more intuitive. This user experience has come from working intentionally with our colleagues at Oracle over many years. It's available now to turn on in your NetSuite instance, and you're going to continuously see more and more of Redwood design throughout the suite. A great example you can use now is the Customer 360 dashboard. And the Redwood design delivers an ultra-clear snapshot on everything about your buyers. Critical information from the suite all in one place. Your sales team can use to decide when it's the right time to approach customers about upsells and which products to pitch them, for example. And it's all in a beautiful design that's easy to navigate. So that's just a few ways that you guys are benefiting if you're using NetSuite from all these Oracle innovations. And the best part is there's no need to implement incompatible technology to tap into all this power. We're delivering the solutions pre-built for NetSuite. And there are regular updates, just like we have in core NetSuite, to make sure you're always using cutting-edge technology. Now, as we've said, to truly unlock the benefits of all of this, you need the visibility, control, productivity that's going to make power your business. You need to touch all areas of your business. Now, your organization is divided up into departments, but you definitely don't want it to be divided up into silos. And the best run businesses operate in a unified way where every function is connected to every other. Your business operating system should work the same way. We call this phenomenon, because we love puns, sweetness. It describes how all elements of NetSuite work together When all your data, processes, and teams are unified in one system, the benefits of that system compound and you can unlock so much more value. For example, you can get more insight by analyzing data together. You can get more productivity because your workflows are united from beginning to end across departments. And teams can truly collaborate because everybody's working in the same system. It means you can achieve more in every department across your business as a whole. So let's take a look at how you can use Sweetness to unlock value across different functional areas of your business. And we're going to start with operations. Operations are at the heart of your business, whether you sell goods or services. Efficient operations ensures that sales can deliver on its promises, that goods and services are delivered on time at the price customers expect. And operations directly impacts finance's ability to control costs, generate revenue, and free up capital. So the poster child of operational complexity is the increasingly common hybrid business that sells both products and services, particularly one that sells subscription services. So without NetSuite, such a business would have to configure orders in a CPQ tool, manually create work orders in a manufacturing tool, then set up those orders in a billing and RevRec system, and potentially handle subscriptions in a different system. In NetSuite, you configure and create the order once, and then everything else is automated from sales to manufacturing to billing, all within a single product, ensuring that your department and workflows are truly unified. Now, these hybrid business models are becoming increasingly common. We call it anything as a service. You've probably heard of software as a service. It's abbreviated SaaS. We won't be abbreviating this one. But we're seeing it all over the place. We're seeing product-based organizations that have a service component and recurring revenue, internet services that sell physical goods. And the trend is borne out in the data. Anything as a service businesses were valued at $340 billion in the US last year. Now, to operate effectively in this model requires tight connection across all functional areas: financial management, multi-location inventory, project management and project accounting, RevRec, and more. So to support this model, you really need to align the right mix of technology to connect these functions. That's why we have a new SuiteSuccess edition specifically for anything as a service businesses. And you can see here how you might use the new edition of NetSuite in our phased stairway approach to start with core financials, CRM, over time add functionality for subscription and renewals management, and then ultimately advanced reconciliation, professional service automation. This new edition in the SuiteSuccess approach is designed to maximize your return on investment on every step of the stairway by using technology tailored to how you operate as an anything as a service business. Now, something to note for any type of business is that as you move up this stairway, we have advanced customer support, always there with hands-on guidance. It goes way beyond standard support, helping you optimize the use of NetSuite, specifically around your business, because our ACS teams, they are super familiar with NetSuite, and they become super familiar with your business, and they're able to connect the dots. It's always great to hear how customers are working with ACS to automate across the business. Here's how a couple customers are getting huge benefits from ACS. So if you're not using ACS, please talk to your account rep about how it might help you. These customers are really getting tangible ROI on that investment. So for any business that offers recurring services, automating the subscription and renewal process is a critical step. And anyone managing billing for subscription businesses knows it's really difficult to reflect multiple types of subscriptions, consolidate multiple charges onto one invoice, manage changes and renewals, and RevRec becomes complex and time-consuming. But with everything in one system, it all becomes so much easier. That's why we have NetSuite Suite Billing. It automates the management and billing of recurring subscriptions. It instantly calculates charges based on all types of plans, and it can create and distribute invoices automatically, do renewals automatically, and more. And we've announced some great updates to Suite Billing. You can now use Suite Billing to invoice and allocate subscription revenue before you activate the service. This is especially important for customers that sell products and services, but also projects together. Projects are often delivered before subscriptions are activated, and now you can bill customers at the time of service delivery and allocate the revenue without waiting for the subscription to start, allowing you to get ahead in managing revenue throughout the project. Other enhancements to Suite Billing, you can now link inventory items to subscription items. So you place one order, generate one invoice if you're selling, for example, an internet modem with your internet service. Prepay allows businesses with consumption-based pricing to charge in advance, boosting their cash flow. And Suite Billing is now integrated with NetSuite CPQ, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So you can include subscription items in the configuration process. That's a perfect example of Suiteness. All of this designed to link all of your processes together and help your operations team deliver more efficiently no matter how your business model evolves. Now, another aspect of your business model might be project-related processes, and these are especially challenging when you work in silos. So at Suite World, we announced Suite Projects Pro as the next generation of our NetSuite Open Air PSA solution. Use Suite Projects Pro to connect and simplify the entire project life cycle with a user experience tailored to a service business. Close your eyes. Imagine a project summary in a clean new Redwood theme. It's a snapshot of your open projects on an intuitive dashboard. And plus, it has AI capabilities to take key metrics from similar past projects and calculate the risk that projects will be behind schedule or over budget. And then the AI can recommend resources that are the best fit for the project based on skills and availability. Now, our NetSuite customer success organization uses Suite Projects Pro to staff thousands of consultants doing over 15,000 projects a year. And our managers are getting better visibility into hiring, skill sets, and availability. So many other businesses have used Suite Projects Pro to rev up their productivity. ZRG Partners is a talent advisory firm based right near here in New Jersey. They've implemented Suite Projects Pro in their main division, consolidating 120 project plans into one system. And their project managers have access to all of these plans, and their controller has been able to handle time reports in 1/3 the time since they've adopted Suite Projects Pro. So in addition to project-based services, many companies across industries deliver field services. And here it's especially important for the operations team to have a seamless connection to the back office. But it's common for the only connection between technicians in the field and headquarters are phone calls or texts. And that leads to technicians needing to go through multiple steps to log everything that happened. They might have to revisit a customer to fix things that weren't done the first time around. And managers that are dealing with scheduling, again, have to deal with calls and texts and spreadsheets. So we introduced NetSuite Field Service Management a year ago to automate all this and more. You can create service orders from cases, orders, or projects, schedule jobs to technicians, and then those technicians get this super cool mobile app to do everything they have to do to service the customer. In the past year, businesses have used NetSuite Field Service Management to boost their first-time fix rates, accelerate cash flow with automated invoicing, and free up employees to actually apply their expertise to customers. Industrial Training International saved 40 hours a quarter calculating commissions because of the tight connection between Field Service Management and core NetSuite, giving them visibility to how invoices were shipped and paid. Ostec Fence and Deck now uses a just-in-time inventory strategy because they've been able to track the exact feet of fencing their contractors install. And we continue to improve field service management in the latest release. You can upload documents, photos from your phone in bulk, better productivity. You can automatically create time bills to allow you to tighten financial controls. So field service management, take a look at it in the demo grounds. For all employees in the field or at headquarters, we're always looking for ways to make them more productive. Now, at Suite World, I talked briefly about the HR AI assistant. Now we're planning new capabilities to help staff get their answers, how to move through these workflows more quickly. Let's see how someone on your staff might use the tool in an everyday scenario.
Sam has just secured an important customer visit for the 18th of this month. He's been working hard and looking forward to taking a few days off. So he uses the assistant in the top search bar to ask about his latest paycheck. He confirms that his commission came through as expected. Without even having to go to a different page, he quickly checks his vacation balance to make sure he can take some time off. He learns that he has 5 vacation days remaining. That's great. Using the assistant, he books 3 days off after the meeting on the 18th. And that's it. In one convenient workflow, Sam has logged his request and can get back to his project.
And this is a rare example of where we're using NetSuite to help you lower productivity. No, but you know what they say, happy employee, happy company. So we've seen several ways to supercharge the efficiency of your operations to power your business, from powering your business model, these anything as a service business models, products and services, to improving employees' everyday experience with their interactions with NetSuite. Now, to take full advantage of all these efficiencies, it requires a tight connection between operations and sales. So your operations team might be using technology to achieve peak performance, but if sales isn't doing the same, you're not getting the full value of your technology investment. So let's take a look at a couple opportunities to empower sales teams. The first of these I know has been a long-standing request. It's the NetSuite connector for Outlook. Now, we know that parts of your ecosystem require close integration with NetSuite, and we're continually adding to our portfolio of NetSuite connectors that automate data sharing between NetSuite and your environment. We're adding to our extensive set of connectors, including Amazon, Shopify, point-of-sale systems, and more by announcing the NetSuite connector for Outlook. This automatically syncs Outlook with NetSuite CRM, updating your CRM contacts, customers, opportunities with messages sent and events created in Outlook. Sales teams not only can use this to save time, but also help them make more informed decisions when they're looking at that customer 360, when to upsell to particular customers, for example. Eliminating these data silos speeds up processes and improves the experience and the productivity of all users of NetSuite. Now, when securing those sales, productivity and agility are paramount, and especially if you have complex combinations of products and services, it's not enough to easily bill them with Suite Billing. It's just as important that salespeople can quickly and easily configure them for prospects and customers, no matter how many options there are. Now, that's why we've enhanced NetSuite CPQ, Configure Price Quote, with the CPQ AI Assistant. Sales teams can use AI to configure in deals quickly and easily, or you can even put this on your Suite Commerce website so your customers can do it. And with the AI assistant, sales reps or customers don't need to now click through all the options to determine what components of your solution can work together. You simply tell the agent what they need. See, I get a cool demo too, Brian. And they recommend the configuration, all done in a natural language conversation. Let's take a look.
Let's use the CPQ AI assistant with this bicycle configurator. I'll enter some information about a potential bike rider, such as gender, height, and weight. The assistant asks me some questions to fully understand how the rider intends to use the bike, the terrain they'll ride on, their riding style, and any accessories they might need. I have the option to answer these questions or skip them if there are no preferences. After all of my inputs have been evaluated, the assistant gives me a preview of the specified configuration and recommended options with an expandable summary that explains why these options were chosen. I can then apply all of these options or only the specified or recommended ones.
Another great example of how we're using natural language, and ultimately you're going to more and more be having a conversation with NetSuite. And you don't even have to say please. We'll do what you ask no matter what. So it's cool. So once the configuration is done in the CPQ Assistant, of course, NetSuite generates a bill of materials, routings, work orders, or sales orders and subscription, thereby linking sales with operations. Now, beyond sales and operations, we continue to deliver innovations to unlock value for finance teams. And this is especially important as finance continues to grow its influence throughout the business. A major area of opportunity here is enhancing controls. Ensuring compliance with policies, overseeing spending across departments. Not exactly glamorous, but it's essential for your financial health as you expand. Now, procurement is a specific function known for challenges with financial controls and excess spending. But it involves multiple departments and historically fragmented systems, making visibility difficult. We have a great way to change that. At Suite World, we announced Suite Procurement. It's an indirect procurement solution allowing you to punch out from NetSuite to vendor sites where you can shop for any good or service. The first vendors supporting this are Amazon Business and Staples Business Advantage, and they offer preferred pricing to users. But in addition to cost savings, Suite Procurement supports your finance team by automatically creating purchase requests in NetSuite and routing them to the right people for approvals, unifying procurement across departments, giving you full visibility and the impact that purchases are happening on your budgets because you're tracking and controlling them all the way from request to payment. Now we're embedding Suite Procurement in NetSuite Advanced Procurement. So when you use it as part of that wider solution, you get access not only to Amazon Business and Staples Business Advantage, but also any vendor set up for e-procurement in the Oracle Business Network, which is Oracle's B2B platform with thousands of participants. Now, like everybody in your company, the finance team wants to maximize productivity. And that's why finance teams are rapidly adopting e-invoicing. I mean, this automates compliance with standards cropping up worldwide. Over 80 countries now require e-invoicing with varying standards. But it doesn't just offer compliance, it offers major cost savings. Surveys show that over half of invoices in large companies are paper or PDF, and that the manual processing can cost up to $20 per invoice versus single digits with e-invoicing. Now, it's not yet mandatory in the United States, but businesses need to look at how they're going to ensure compliance when the time comes. That's why NetSuite is working to be one of the first ERP systems to comply with the standards from the Digital Business Network Alliance, which is setting the bar for e-invoicing in the United States. Now, it wouldn't be SuiteConnect without some deals. We're in the Big Apple, so only red hot, ultra crazy, screaming deals. Available only to you Suite Commerce attendees, helping unlock value across every corner of the suite. First off, 40% off your initial ACS subscription. You saw how awesome those customers say ACS is, 40% off. And then you can purchase these next modules with a customer success implementation at 50% off. NetSuite Field Service Management, NetSuite Analytics Warehouse, NetSuite Enterprise Performance Management, Suite Projects or Suite Projects Pro. These deals are only valid through March 7th. Chase down your account manager. Don't let them say no. Take advantage. You know, that as we go through the SuiteConnect World Tour, the energy on that one is just going to continuously decline. So today we talked about plenty of ways for your business to use NetSuite to unlock value within and between functional areas. In point of fact, we get these ideas from you, from partnering with you to find new ways to power success. That's why I'm really excited to invite some customers who are incredible examples of businesses powered by NetSuite and who have seen incredible results. Please welcome EdgeConnects, Sojo Industries, and Little Words Project. All right, I want to introduce Jenny Zahn, who's the Chief Accounting Officer and Chief Transformation Officer at EdgeConnects. Josh Schwartz-Dodek, Chief Technology Officer at Sojo Industries, and Brian Roddy, VP of Operations and Finance at Little Words Project. Thank you guys so much for being here. Why don't I go through each of you? Can you tell us a little bit about your company and your role? Jenny.
Good morning. I look at the energy is really high here. Get me excited. I have to say, Evan and Brian, when you were walking through the roadmap, it really got me excited. You know, one, it's good for our business. I would come back and talk about the transformation we're doing, but also it's good for our business. You know, when I think about the digital transformation that started 3 years ago, now the AI, that just means a lot more people using data. And that's what our business is all about. We are the backbone of all these digital processing. We are a data center operator and developer. So when you think about all the hyperscale out there offering the internet services and all these, we are the backbone. So we are actually providing the infrastructure. So coming back and look at our journey. So I've been with the company for about 7 years. So in the last 3-4 years, we have grown from 3 countries to now almost 30 countries. Our business has multiplied tenfold. So when we look at where we got ourselves to, but also look at our own roadmap, we're going to be 4 times our current business in about 4 years. Okay, so this is why I recently stepped into the chief transformation role, and really is just to look at, what got us here successfully are not going to be the things that get us there in the next few years. So it's fundamentally how do we look at our organization as a whole, building the culture, really making sure that we can keep on the continuous learning, the innovation, and make sure we can support the business of tomorrow.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jenny. And Josh, tell us about Sojo.
Thanks. It's great to meet everyone. And Evan, thank you for having me here. It really is an honor. My name is Josh Schwartz-Dodek. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Sojo Industries. I'm responsible for all engineering and technology functions, including design and development. Sojo Industries is a technology company, and there are 2 primary pillars to that. The first is that we utilize flexible, modular robotic systems, and we partner with consumer packaged goods brands, co-packagers, and co-manufacturers, and help them automate their challenging end-of-line operations. Specifically, what this means is we manufacture variety in multi-packs, think 4-flavor 12-pack. This is where brands are able to innovate and try new things, but it's something really, really hard to automate in line. In addition to that, we utilize our proprietary mobile manufacturing solution, Sojo Flight, where we actually build machines that are mobile. We take these flexible modular robotic systems on-premise to the customer, cut out all the freight and logistics costs, cut out the administrative burden, and reduce some of those harmful emissions. Today, we primarily do this in beverage, tomorrow, food and snack, the day after that, health and beauty, pharmaceutical, pet food. We really pioneer approach to flexible mobile manufacturing as opposed to working in any one vertical. And the second pillar is we've adopted an atoms to bits mantra. We utilize innovative data capture methods, and we capture digital pings throughout our manufacturing and supply chain operations. We pull those into a data lake, and we build software modules that help operators and supply chain experts do their job better. Things like product tracking and traceability, systems integrations, and more. We build software to help with that. We layer on advanced technologies like blockchain as the most transparent source of supply chain truth, and AI analytics as well in order to offer a better software service for our customers.
Fantastic. Brian.
Yeah, maybe I'll keep it a little more basic. We are a Little Words project. We primarily sell a Beaterbird bracelet. Basement business. I'm currently VP of Finance and Ops, but as with any startup, I've packed boxes, I've built out warehouses, I've built out retail locations, I've done HR for a bit. And yeah, Little Words was built over 11 years ago as a way to spread kindness, first in our college, and then within our communities. Again, it's a Beaterbird bracelet that says, strength, believe, you got this. Whatever you're kind of going through at the time, whatever you kind of need as a reminder, each bracelet has a specific code on the back of it, so it is a one-of-one product that allows you to register that product on our site, tell your story, why are you wearing this bracelet, and then ultimately the goal is if you see somebody who may need that bracelet more than you or is going through something or is preparing for something big, you go ahead and pass that bracelet on to them and you tell that story, and hopefully they also register that bracelet on the site as well. So it kind of has this journey and pass it on nature of it. We operate in very omni-channel currently. We operate through our website, littlewordsproject.com. We're in about 1,000 small mom and pop wholesale accounts. We're also in some big boxes such as Target. And then the last couple of years, we've got into retail. We have 14 retail locations where you can go and sit down and bead your own bracelet and bring your daughter, bring your friends, bring your girlfriends, whoever, and kind of sit down for a half hour, tell your story of what you're going through and why you're picking a word. And the last couple of years have been quite the growth story. Excited to chat today, and Evan's discussion, and then it's got a lot of the juices flowing with where things can get to.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you guys definitely show sort of the rainbow of types of businesses that we have, all very different. But the one thing that's in common is that you've all seen significant growth in recent years. Jenny, the AI explosion has made data centers obviously more relevant than ever. Josh, Sojo's raised millions and opened multiple large buildings. And Brian, the Taylor Swift Bracelet craze, that sort of was big from what I hear. I hear she's big. And it's brought tons of business to Little Words Project. So maybe each of you can talk a little bit about the challenges and the growing pains you've had in recent years and how you've addressed them.
Yeah, for us, definitely one word, scale. And that's a very simple word, but a lot more complex when you want to really execute and not to talk about in dozens of countries. So we have started really looking at, people is the foundation, because that's really the key element of your culture. And when we look at where we deploy our people and how do we recruit people, all of those are the fundamental as to where we start. So we have recently started offshore shared service center. When I think about what's going to make that successful, naturally the next one comes to system. So we're actually exploring a lot of different functionalities of NetSuite to support this much more decentralized workforce, to how to make sure people get access to quality data in a very time compressed manner so that we can provide the right information for the decision makers out there to make their changes and adjust to all this rapid growth that we have in the business. So definitely has been very challenging, but this is how we all the way from board and down to leadership at different level, started this new discipline, transformation. So that just means, it gives us the concentrated focus to look at the business in a completely different manner. We're talking transformation, every aspect of the business, really just how we can be a lot more innovative relative to how we have gotten to where we are, to try different things, new technology, defined processes so that we have a sustainable tested process for performance and results.
Great. Josh, what have you been up to in past years with this explosive growth?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've grown a lot, as you mentioned, the past couple of years, numerous challenges associated with that. The two primary ones have been people and process, and at Sojo, the solutions to both of those lie in technology. So thinking about people, it's so hard to build the team to support that sort of rapid growth that you mentioned. And not that long ago, 3 years ago, we were a tight-knit startup, just a couple people in one location. And we're all excited about the mission. And we sat down and we kind of documented our company culture. What type of person does well at Sojo? Sounds a little bit silly, but it's something we call the Sojo Mojo. We actually wrote these things down and we look at them all the time. It describes the type of person who wants to go on a fast-moving ship. And something we talk about a lot is people who are solutionaries, who utilize technology to not just find problems, but find solutions. And we're a technology-first company, and we look for technology-first people in doing that from the beginning. And every single time we make a hire, we've been able to scale using technology first. And when it comes to process, I'm sure a lot of people in this room have gone through rapid growth, and you can relate. The processes you put in place at one point when you're small, when you're in one location, when you're of some size, and you grow to any new size, they start to break down. At Sojo, dare I say, we over-invested in technology from an early day. When we were in one location with just about 10, 12 people, we implemented Oracle NetSuite. We didn't get everything right, but we got enough right to support the scale of the next 3 years as we went into 4 regional hubs, as we became a 24/6 operation in warehouses and throughout the supply chain. We were able to layer on automation, internal communications, and processes that work for us using early adoption of technology that propelled us 2021 to 2024 and has set us up for success in 2025 and beyond.
Great. Sojo Mojo. Now, personally, we would never make any kind of pun off of our name, but I think that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll consider doing that. And Brian, recent, kind of explosion of interest and how you guys have handled it.
Yeah, I mean, the Taylor Swift of it all has certainly been something we've talked about a ton. Probably a different audience, but the brand identity is one that we've balanced, and we've been doing it for 10, 11 years. Not a bad economy to latch yourself onto, that's for sure. But some of the challenges and growing pains, when I got to Little Words 4 years ago, we had 5 or 6 different platforms, and none of it talked to one another. We had a basic accounting program, we had our website, we had a wholesale dashboard, we had an inventory management system, and none of it talked to one another. And as we get into these different channels and different sales channels, and the marketing team is bringing you and bringing the ops and bringing finance opportunities extremely quickly. You have to be able to ask or react very swiftly.
Nice.
that was for Evan. But having the foundation and that ops finance kind of brain and single source already built out, from the beginning, allows myself and some of our ops and finance teams to be comfortable with saying yes to more. We have a product that you can make very quickly. We have a lot of custom recommendations and a lot of custom opportunities. So having that foundation and that supply chain and the processes built out ahead of time allows us to react very quickly to opportunities, whether it's Target seeing us do this big Taylor Swift activation down in Miami and saying, hey, can we get this product in our stores in the next month or two? That's an opportunity that we have to say yes to and figure out, one, how to make the product, but we're comfortable with the way that flows through our systems to get through the EDI of it all and get through the invoicing of it all. So having that built out has helped a lot of our growing pains as we go throughout the years.
That's great, and I'm sure a lot of people in the audience can relate to all of these sort of growing pains and how you've been addressing them. So one of the things we've been talking about today is a trend where we see the finance department leading the way in adopting new technologies. Now, Jenny, you've taken on a new role beyond Chief Accounting Officer as Chief Transformation Officer. How has that played out at EdgeConneX?
It's very exciting. Well, I guess really when you think about my original organizational role, right? So I was actually not a trained accountant. I fell into it over the years, but I just love that experience. I think that really built in me the foundation of knowing what the business is all about. Because in accounting, you're just in this natural place of knowing all these great people out there, what they do, how they translate into bottom line. Or you can actually storytell from a lot of things as to where things are not going perfectly, where there's room for efficiencies. So those are the things that really led me to be able to storytell with all my other department heads and the colleagues and kind of just mutually select a common platform for us to talk about where there are things that we can actually start tackling. I barely into this role like 2 weeks, but we already identified some really pivotal, corporate-wide, end-to-end processes, enhancement that we are going to do. So very quickly, the good thing about having this discipline is you have the concerted support all the way from top down so that everybody's aligned. Obviously, to your point, people are the hardest part because all these are smart people. They're going to bring to the table all their different great ideas. So it's also part of the storytelling that I have gained from being in accounting all these years. How do we reconcile the differences? So ultimately get to the best decision for the company. So far, so good.
All right, that's great. And so Brian, sort of similarly, you have a unique position as VP of both finance and operations. So how does NetSuite help support both of those?
Yeah, like I talked a little bit about that before. I come from a heavy accounting CPA background, and the one thing I like to see is how a sale kind of comes in the door, and how does that flow through our system, and how do we purchase something? How does that flow through the system, and ultimately how does that, on the finance side, get to the financial statements? But on the ops side, is that inventory being recorded correctly? Are we looking at the most accurate data? And as you start to add on sales channels, whether it's Amazon, EDI partners, retail locations, and within the retail side of things, it's the bead bar element where it's more of a service and some raw material versus an actual fixed good. So kind of seeing both of those sides and having the comfortability of how that flows, that specific transaction flows through the system to get to that financial statement. I think NetSuite has allowed that flexibility and kind of customization of what you're trying to accomplish in that individual channel and how you want to see it and how you want it to flow through the system. So that's like both sides of the brains and kind of connecting the two and making sure we're marrying up the teams to get looking at the same dashboards. Everyone's looking at the same kind of picture of everything.
That's great. Well, I like that. Carrie, NetSuite connects both sides of your brain. That's pretty cool. Okay, so Josh, today we announced the SuiteSuccess Anything as a Service edition due to the rise of hybrid businesses. And Sojo is a great example of that. You sell software and services. How are you using the suite to manage a truly hybrid organization?
Yeah, great question. Look, we all know that NetSuite is best in class when it comes to ERP functions for accounting and finance. To build our hybrid business, we've had to touch far reaches and corners of the suite. Things like inventory and work order management have shaped our manufacturing and warehousing operations. There's so many examples I could share, but one recent one that we're excited about is we've rolled out a fully automated quality assurance and quality control program. We have rugged tablets all throughout our manufacturing and warehousing spaces that actually take pictures of customer product, utilize custom scripts within NetSuite, tie all that information back to the work order, and we share that information with our customers, right? NetSuite as the centerpiece of it all, automating throughout our facility, bringing together our services and our software capabilities. And speaking of which, with NetSuite kind of in the center of all this data aggregation, it's allowed us to extend our capabilities. What kind of started as some internal automations, some native NetSuite functionality and scripts, has grown over the past year and a half to become Sojo Shield, our software platform, which actually just this week we announced was released on the Suite Cloud Developer Network and is in the Suite App Marketplace. NetSuite as the foundation of our automation for our business really helped drive that. Coming back to accounting and finance, totally not my department, so I'm going to speak a little bit out of turn. But what I do know is that as we've built and scaled this business, again, going from one location to 4 regional hubs, building out our software platform, operating as many as 6 to 10 mobile manufacturing operations and customer sites on any given day, we've scaled a big business. We haven't scaled a big accounting and finance department. That department remains just 3 people. They're pretty incredible people, right? But what do I know? Every single month, the books are closed on time. The 10th of every month, all of our business leaders get the financials from the previous month in our inbox, and we're compliant with all regulatory and audit procedures that we need to be. The fundamentals of what NetSuite brings to the table for accounting and finance give us the backbone we need to go out and build the hybrid business that we have over the past few years.
That's great. Well, the Sojo Mojo seems to be working.
There we go.
So that's fantastic. Now, Jenny, along the same lines, as a global data center provider, SuiteConnect is a technology, real estate, and service business, similarly, sort of a hybrid business. So what challenges has running that business presented from a financial perspective?
Yeah, so again, going back to scale, when you think about, 3 years ago, we're building 300 million data center. Now it's 2 billion data center. When you think about, the business model on surface sounds very easy. We build a facility, we lease it out for 3 years, we're done. But really, it's not that. Especially these days with the real estate, and people have probably heard about power limitation has been one of the hurdles that we just have to start from the very beginning. So when you think about the whole entire cycle of our value chain, it's about finding real estate, finding power, start doing construction, engineering to the customer requirements. And the customer that we have, these are, the Magnificent Seven, those guys that you hear on the news all the time, right? So, and their requirements are pretty restrictive in terms of some of the specifics. So how do you make sure you react very quickly to customer requirements in this very long cycle, in a very iterative process, right? Because, requirements constantly change, very big challenge. So when it comes to what we need to do in financial, we have to get down to the basics. Meaning close your books in 3 days, right? Have visibility to maintain 100 different P&Ls because of the sites that we have, right? So it just came very natural. Actually, one thing, 3 years ago when we decided to look at different ERP, we purposely did not go with a traditional real estate, the Yardis, the MRIs. This is what I have to say. As far as I'm concerned, NetSuite has the best sales team. Okay, all the way from leadership down to just day-to-day folks that we work with. They know their products. They come and educate us, and as long as we maintain that open mind, it's really about will your product match perfectly what I need, right? So we went with NetSuite focusing on the vision that this ultimately is a multinational company, and I think NetSuite, the flexibility of your GL setup, that was really a good beginning for us to go down the journey. When I look at where we are today, to respond very quickly to the data requirements, right? So our account team brought the whole idea about EPM that you talked about earlier. This is just all of a sudden a lot of bulbs started to lit up. We're actually, at a point where we just pulled the trigger to launch EPM. Everybody's so excited, so aligned.
It's great. I mean, what do you think? What are you looking forward to getting out of that engagement?
A lot more faster close. Real estate. The
3 days is not fast enough.
Well, -3. So I got my goal set up. But when you think about the complexity of the business, right? We are real estate, which means the billions and billions. The best way to funding all that is really debt financing. So there are just dozens and dozens of banks out there, and everybody has different requirements, which means a lot more rigor in terms of how I prepare my financial statements and to meet all the multinational statutory requirements, right? So all it boils down to, everybody's guys excited about this next EPM that we're going to go live in a few months. So can't wait.
Fantastic, great. Well, we're excited to hear more. And so, Brian, you've been tapping into the full suite, and in particular, our partner ecosystem, and you work closely with our partner and our diamond sponsor, VersaPay. How have they helped you get more value out of NetSuite?
Yeah, I mean, I think the name of the game is automation. Obviously, with AI, I mean, that's only going to help. But VersaPay has helped us, as Josh mentioned, keep our team light on the finance side and sales side. And VersaPay has allowed us to streamline that AR automation and has helped the sales team, and we can save customer payment profiles. We can link up with them much faster. We're in about 1,000 mom and pop wholesale accounts, and we like to charge them and get the payment up front before we ship out to them. So it's really helped streamline a lot of that manual process and has allowed us to scale much quicker.
Yeah, talk about how it's helped the customer relationship.
Yeah, on the customer side, I think it's given them the confidence that one, the payment's going to be accurate, it's going to be free from error. It allows them to pay in multiple ways, whether it's credit card or ACH. It gives them a full look at if they have AR balances or past payments or anything like that. So it's given them much more comfortability that one, our side is doing what we need to do, but also that their side is feeling comfortable.
Great, that's great. And so Josh, you've been unlocking more and more value from the suite, and you've started using NetSuite Analytics Warehouse for the last year. So can you tell us a little bit about how you've used NSAW?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an extremely exciting journey with NSAW. As you mentioned, started about a year and a half ago. I do want to take a second to acknowledge some of the amazing people interactions we have with people in the NetSuite family. Our entire accounts team, our account manager, Hannah Simon, Riley O'Rourke, Jen, Max, they're the people who sat down with us as a technology-first company where we understood our problems. We don't always know the exact right solution. In dictating those problems to them, they helped actually get us onto NSAW, so appreciate them and how they've helped shape our journey. In the beginning, one of the main reasons we went with NSAW was that essentially overnight, we were able to unlock all of our NetSuite data, including custom records and fields. Not such an easy feat, but NSAW does make that very easy. From there, we integrated more of our third-party systems. We brought in some more in-house capabilities, development resources to help with that. Things like our CRM, our SCADA, our MES, our labor management software, and even integrated NSAW with Snowflake, our data lake for Sojo Shield. And we went crazy building reports, right? One example I like to talk about, marrying up MES data, labor data, as well as our NetSuite data, we're able to calculate contribution and gross margin in real time, day by day, shift by shift, by location, by customer, by item. Really, really powerful to have NSAW as an aggregator for all of this information and data and to be able to join these different data sources. I do want to throw my hand up on this one briefly. And Brian, it was amazing to see what's in the pipeline when it comes to AI, because I think this area in particular is going to be massively disrupted by AI. I'm an avid believer in the AI revolution. Sojo is a company full of AI adopters. We're using it on a day-to-day basis in our business and trying to develop with it as well. And I'm happy to see NetSuite investing in that capability. I think that the days of long, resource-intensive, costly systems integrations, building out really custom ad hoc reports for each one of your business leaders in a manual sense, I think those are gone sooner rather than later. AI is going to be the future in data warehousing, analytics, and business intelligence. Really, really looking forward to seeing how NetSuite continues to build out that capability, and we're prepared for it at Sojo.
Well, that's great. And we just recorded that, and I don't know if you know, you signed a release, and so we're going to be using that in all of our sales engagements over the next 10 years. So fantastic.
I would just say, as a different CTO, I just love to see the real CTO talk. So.
Great. All right, so one of the things I was super excited about when I was browsing your website, Brian, is that Little Words Project has a major give back program, including with the V Foundation. Yeah. Don't give up, don't ever give up. The V Foundation for Cancer Research is something I'm super passionate about. I'm on the board, and so why is this giving back program so important to your mission?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, amazing organization. One of the best videos.
Rutgers basketball.
If you've never seen it, Adriana, our founder, this is one of the pillars and why she started the company. It helps everyone tell their story, whether it's the V Foundation in Cancer Research, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia is another one. We recently popped up, going back to the flexibility, we popped up something on our site the last couple of weeks for the LA fires and raised money there. So it goes back to just giving customers and people the vehicle to tell their story. Looping that back into the NetSuite, there's a lot of commission calculation that goes into a lot of that stuff. So how we map our SKUs and data, and a lot of that has helped us streamline a lot of that. But yeah, it's always going to be part of the brand. It's part of the brand story. So something.
Thank you so much for that. And so I hear attendees can actually make their own or grab a pre-made bracelet in the lounge downstairs. Is that true?
There's a nice setup down there. Kind of the Little Words arch. If you haven't been to any of our stores, it's got a bit of our store feel to it. So you can pick up a pre-made bracelet or customize something and take it home.
Fantastic. Well, thank you all so much for being here, Jenny, Josh, and Brian. It's been great to share with you. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you all for joining SuiteConnect today. We can't wait to meet with you, to hear from you, to share with you on more ways that we can all unlock more value everywhere in your business. We'll see you in the breakout sessions, in the lounge, at the networking reception, so we can help you get the most out of NetSuite. Have an amazing day at SuiteConnect.